he always is, and was saying something to the effect of, "We're so glad to welcome you here, congratulations, and I know that you'll probably have some different things to say about what's going on," which is correct. But as he was saying this, he was fading, and this other thing was happening to me. Peg has heard this story so many times. My chair was getting crowded in. I swear this happened, never happened before, never happened since. My chair was getting crowded in, and I couldn't figure out what it was. It was like this. And then I realized Susan B. Anthony, Elizabeth Cady Stanton, Lucretia Mott, Alice Paul, Sojourner Truth, you name it, they were all on that chair. All of them. More than I knew. And then I could hear him say, "At last, we have a seat at the table." And then they were gone. And my first thought, as Peg had trained me to think, we want more.
Bush, very gracious man, welcomed me and very graciously to the table the first time. So when I walked in, though, I realized that this meeting was unlike any meeting I had ever attended at the White House. In fact, it was unlike any meeting any woman had ever attended at the White House, because I was walking in, elected by my colleagues to represent the first branch of government, the legislative branch, Article 1, at that table with the president. I was not there by his appointment, however wonderful that is to have a presidential appointment. I was there at the election of my peers. And as he was graciously welcoming us, as I mentioned, I felt really crowded on my chair. It was packed, it was crowded, I was squeezed in. I never had that feeling before. And then all of a sudden I realized that sitting on that chair with me in that room were all the suffragettes. Elizabeth Cady Stanton, Lucretia Mott, you name it, they were all there. I think even Sister Julie Béliard probably was sitting there too. Oh, Susan B. Anthony, Sojourner Truth, Alice Paul, they were all on that chair with me. It was very tight. And I could hear them say, "At last, we have a seat at the table."
I realized that this was unlike any meeting I had ever been before at the White House. In fact, it was unlike any meeting that any woman had ever been to at the White House. Because I went there, not as a president's appointee at the table, a cabinet member, however wonderful that is, but I went there as a representative of a separate branch of government, as a leader from the House of Representatives. So, President Bush, ever gracious, welcoming me there, saying, "We look forward to what you have to say. It'll probably be different from what we've heard before here." But just as he started to lay out his legislative agenda, I felt very closed in my chair. Very closed in. It was like everybody was sitting on the chair with me. It was very tight. And I realized, and I swear that this happened, and it's never happened before or since, that sitting on that chair with me was Susan B. Anthony, Elizabeth Cady Stanton, Alice, Sojourner Truth, and all the people who had worked so hard for women to have the right to vote and be empowered in any way that they wanted to gain power. They're all sitting there on the chair with me now. And then I hear them say, "At last, we have a seat at the table." And then they were gone. I had no idea what President Bush thought was going on at that chair. In any event,